it the shoes? Is it the shoes?
Deb, we're in the middle of a recording session, so every fucking thing you say is going down on tape.
Oh, right, like you guys ever care about that crap?
Okay, stop recording.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?
Welcome to Is It the Shoes? I'm Patrick.
And I'm Andrew. That's the GPS. I don't know if you heard that.
No, it didn't come through, thankfully. But Andrew brings up GPS because we're currently doing a roadcast in a lot of ways, but only one of us is actually on the road. Andrew's taking a trip. He's excited about it. It's another one of those Andrew adventures that
Always want to drink Flint water, so I'm gonna go and get a couple gallons. Bring it for everyone to try.
Hell
some
yeah.
Flint water for everyone.
yeah, you're like it's
Or
like those,
politicians and such. Maybe I'll get some to the governor.
yeah, you can start putting signs in people's yards. Vote for I bring Flint water to just Michigan in general instead of just Flint. We're gonna share the pain, guys.
Yeah. Everyone drink Flint water. They gotta drink it. Everybody drinks it.
Right. I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you didn't pack up some regular bottles of water to take to her.
Right here, I'll trade you guys. Here's some non-poison water.
Yeah. Have you seen this before?
Look, you can drink water and not die.
Yeah. It seems like that's the one place where a water delivery truck could get robbed.
Water is life.
What is the what's the slogan for Michigan? Isn't it Michigan Pure?
Pure Michigan. Pure toxic water. Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder if they knew that there was irony in it. I feel like they've had the name for a while.
We didn't mean the water. It should be like Pure Michigan disclaimer, not the water.
Right.
Little asterisk or something.
Mm-hmm. So there is a crazy documentary on Netflix about Flint. It's called Flint Town. I checked it out. Pretty intense, dude. Pretty intense. I know some people from Flint. I know some musicians and MMA fighters from Flint. Not personally per se, but they got some interesting people. I'll say that. But it seems like a scary place to live. I mean, yeah, I've seen videos online of like helicopters landing on buildings.
It's kind of like the Wild West too. It's like they don't have enough money to have a lot of police, so like criminals run it a lot, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah.
Gary. It's the Gary of Michigan.
Exactly. I've seen like random videos online of people filming guys in uniform in Flint, like with AKs and all this shit, just walking around like a police state. And maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because
Michigan militia, yeah. Like they have to you gotta protect yourselves.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, but these were actual. I think because they came in a helicopter and all this shit. I don't remember when I saw the video. It happened to be before I heard anything about the water situation.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that's going to be scary anywhere. It doesn't matter that it's Flint. I'm just saying.
That's just like Flint's just publicized. It's probably all over America, old towns like that.
Oh yeah.
One would think.
Right. That's why when we talked about Epstein, I brought up the fact about his wherever he was housed as far as his jail. Because if he was housed someplace like Flint, or you know what I mean, some small town somewhere, some small city somewhere where he's not well known, I think it would be more difficult for somebody to get in there and murder him. But if he's in like a compound, a massive compound somewhere, in a sense, like a huge jail where there's a lot of publicized names and politicians or whatever that are involved in it. Because think about this, man, we know this better than most people. Most institutions are privately owned now.
What was that now? Sorry, I was paying attention to the road there.
Well, yeah, you're good.
About how he wasn't in a small town jail. He was like in a.
Yeah, but what I was saying is that most jails and prisons are privatized. They're owned by somebody that's not involved in the government at all. They're just a rich person, right?
Yeah, judges own them. Judges own a lot of them.
Yeah, that makes
How
more sense.
convenient is that? Yeah, I'm gonna send you somewhere where I make money.
Right.
That'll teach them.
Yep. Oh, here's 30 days. What? I jaywalked, bro.
Yeah.
Like simple shit like that. They're so desperate.
Shoemaker's million years. Yeah, when you got judges saying, "I would like to give out 1,000,000 years before I retire."
Yeah, that's absurd.
Nice, right?
Especially in the
Just one out of your judge.
Yeah, dude. That guy's not even gonna be alive. I mean, unless you're a wizard, you're not gonna outlive your time.
1,000,000 years. So I think all together, like with everybody, but he'd have to get He had 14 of them to me. I helped him get there. When he has his party, I get a piece of cake, man. I'm telling you.
It makes me wonder about last meals, because I had this stupid joke about, like, you know, as far as death row inmates, they kind of see their death coming. They get a last meal, and it's whatever they want. But like average people that are living a normal life, can we guarantee that we get to go to heaven or hell on a full stomach? No.
No.
Unless you're choking on food right before you die.
Out anyways. Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Because
Do they have time to digest it? Is it like, is that in there like you have to have time to digest your last meal and really enjoy it, poop it out, and then you're like die with an empty stomach?
Yeah, get the sustenance. I mean, if you choke on food and that's how you die, shouldn't the food come with you because it's inside your throat? That's the other thing, right? If that would work, if somebody died choking and somehow the food came with them, then that would only mean that you have to wonder, how come all ghosts have clothes on?
They have what?
They wear clothes.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird, dude.
Must be cold in the afterlife.
How do their clothes come with them, though? That's weird. Anytime somebody's ever caught a ghost on camera or allegedly had, they're wearing a 1900s, or I'm not even going to say a date because I know I'm going to be wrong, but a Victorian-style dress, like from the 1800s. How come that? Because think about this. More people have died since then. So if ghosts exist, wouldn't you be seeing guys in fucking snapbacks and sneakers?
Right? Mini skirts? Where's the mini skirt ghosts?
I mean,
where's the ghost sluts?
Would you be as afraid if the cast of Grease was chasing you around? I mean, they look like they're gonna bust into song at any point. I'm just saying, like, not the entire cast
like
of
some heels, some stiletto heels, like a mini skirt, chasing you, tube top, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you. Okay. All right, you got me. I got me.
or a greasy style hippie. Like,
Yes.
what are we gonna do, dude? What is your haunting style? Maybe that's what it was. Like, hauntings just stopped in the afterlife because it wasn't working so well, and the people that still haunt are from the 1800s.
Yeah. They're the ones still got unfinished business. Everybody today's like on it, you know. They're like, oh, I'm gonna finish all my shit.
Right.
Go to
That makes sense,
fuck
dude.
purgatory. This purgatory, maybe it's changed. Like they say, when the magnetic pole shifted, or maybe the Earth got blown up in this universe, so it goes to another multiverse. Like you just wake up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, that and the alternate timelines as well.
Is that like that Shaq movie or the one with Sinbad or something? Like what is it? That whole, like it didn't exist, but we all watched it as kids.
Yeah. I think it's only because somehow a photo of Sinbad got released dressed up like a genie. Like maybe he was cast for that movie.
Maybe, or
He
maybe
was a
CERN
comedian.
made a black hole and it sucked the entire planet in.
Yeah,
and
and
they
we're
fucked up, and now we're Rick
and
and
that
Morty. back to
yes, that's the
multiverse.
alternate timelines. It could have went one way if Sinbad had actually, some stuff has slipped in here somehow.
Like he was from Benton Harbor, so like just that fact that he made it famous from Benton Harbor is like amazing. Like that's almost like skeptical. Like really?
Let me throw this one at you. Speaking of
All right.
of famous people, man. Mike Epps?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Indianapolis.
He's what?
He's from Indianapolis.
Nice.
Yeah, hold on, I got some more. What's crazier is, to the best of my knowledge, he's supposed to portray Richard Pryor in a biopic.
In what?
In a biopic about his life.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty fucking great. He's been in Resident Evil.
I do like this Richard Pryor.
Brendan Fraser is from Indiana.
Nice.
Vivica A. Fox.
Whereabouts in Indiana?
I think Indianapolis as well. But think about this. Most of these people are going to claim the biggest city near them, right? You're not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm from Labadibdibdib, because nobody has ever heard of it. And that's why a lot of the small towns don't get put out. They don't get put on, if you will. Nobody's representing the smaller towns because they're like, oh, I'm just going to say I'm from this place. It's close. It's 2 hours away, but it's a bigger city and people will be more recognizable to it. They have more people. The adventures continue here on the podcast, and hopefully by the time you guys get this episode, now this is only going to be in audio form due to the fact that Andrew is driving.
Hopefully I won't have an STD by then. Oh boy, what's going on?
Well, dude, your system could probably handle about anything at this point.
I got all the antibiotics 3
I'm
days in a
fucking
row.
saying, dude. I'm
Shot in the
saying.
ass.
Yeah, dude, you're in
So
there.
I told the doctor, I said, don't threaten me with a good time, doc. Shot in the ass.
You're gonna fucking walk through a brick wall.
I hit him with the
before
Mitch Hedberg joke too. They was like, "Did you used to do drugs?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I still do. Yeah,
but I used to also.
They didn't think it was funny. They did not laugh. Not Mitch Hedberg fans. But I mean, the guy did squeeze a shit ton of fucking pus.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. He called it necrotic flesh, I think.
Oh wow.
So like I'm a zombie, maybe. At least my arm, part of my arm is.
Are you still up for Wound of the Month?
For what?
Are you still up for the award?
The award? Oh yeah, I think so. It's definitely like I know. Like every day I've been there, they're like there's like a whole like round of them, like a little gaggle of nurses, and that have come like, "Woo! Let's look at how infected your arm is."
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like
This is the highlight.
Like,
Yeah.
this is the guy that's probably gonna die. Look at that.
Let's make him feel welcome. And then, hey, maybe if it happens, you'll be able to be one of those new ghosts, man. Come hang out.
Yeah, I could be a ghost and bang, the flapper, the naughty flapper ghosts or something.
Yeah.
You know?
You'll be like, dude, think about this. If that's the case, if you were able to do that and you knew it ahead of time before you do die, like, I'm going to fucking come back. If that's your plans, your intentions, anybody really. But if it's yours, when you think about the joke that we made earlier about ghosts looking like they're all from the 1800s, you'd be the most stylistic ghost if you came back. You'd be a fucking trendsetter, dude.
Right? I want to come back with that Eddie Murphy Raw jumpsuit, the red one.
It'd be legit because no one else has yet.
Yeah. Except for like Eddie Murphy, he's probably gonna come back like that too. Though.
Yeah,
that
but
jump.
So if you're the first one, if you happen to die before Eddie Murphy,
I'll be the first one. Yeah.
Is there a wardrobe store? Like I picture
Wait, but is there color with ghosts anyway? Like, can you see a black ghost? Is it any different from a white ghost and all that?
Mostly teeth and eyes.
Oh, nice.
That's fucking good as shit, bro. Speaking of jokes, and you were talking about telling that joke to the doctors. It's all about knowing your audience. And I wrote this joke on Twitter the other day, and I actually have it. I'm gonna pull it out for you verbatim, so that way the audience can be a part of it as well, and maybe push them over to following our fucking Twitter, because we haven't gotten followers in a while, and I'm writing some fucking gold, bro. Like this. All right, you ready? Can you hear?
I can hear you. Yep, sorry.
All right, I said, you're good. I said, there's only one group of people that don't like or understand knock-knock jokes. Crackheads. They either don't have a home. Hold on. That's not even the punchline. They either don't have a home or they've already been looking out the peephole for 3 hours.
Yeah, no shit. Waiting for the dope man in the window.
Yeah, they're always the whole joke
He
is
said he'd be here 20 minutes ago.
yeah,
And he's on his way.
yeah. And when you think about knock-knock jokes in reality in like this day and age, all of us usually get texts from our friends before they just show the fuck up. So if you're thinking of the literal saying of a knock-knock joke, and it's never happened. No one's ever knocked on your door and you answered, or you say who's there? Like where do you live where you have to scream who's there before you open your door or look out the door, right? It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that, but it had momentum for
Knock, knock. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm just on high alert, looking for cherries and berries. Stay away.
Yeah. Well, what's the worry? I mean, you're all good, right?
What's that?
I said, what's the worry? You're all good, right? It would make for great podcasting, I'll tell you that.
a fucking police. Yeah. All right, guys, we're live in Andrew's last adventure.
Yep.
Possible last adventure.
Today's episode, Andrew is
Possible best
purposely going to get pulled over by police officers. Why? I don't know. Clicks.
I do it for the views, for my fans.
Yeah, right.
Die for views. Unless like my daughter gets rich or something, that'd be cool. Like she could live, if she could live comfortably off my death money, maybe I'd think about it. What else am I doing?
Death money sounds like a rapper.
Well, I mean, you're gonna obviously sue for wrongful death for getting murdered, by public servants. That's not very servanty.
No,
it's not very.
You're right.
It's not very nice. Not my public servants. Who they serving?
I did see that happen though recently on another podcast where they're filming and recording on the road all in the same car, and they're going from city to city and they fucking get pulled over in Ohio.
Uh-oh.
And it's a great episode. It's a phenomenal episode because the tension, bro, you feel the tension. You know what I'm saying?
Like, do they got dramatic music too? Do they like hype it up?
Oh, no, they didn't. Yeah, no, there was no extra production. They actually broke it down and took that entire clip.
You can just see the fear in their eyes and their voice. You can hear it. Right?
Yep. They're holding the microphones down. Nobody's fucking moving. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, been there.
What I was gonna bring up, I was just gonna look on Twitter and see if we could find any random shit to talk about here. But I'm gonna hit you with a special segment we're gonna be implementing in the show. And I told you before that I ordered a bunch of books, and I have real momentum and ideas for the show. So this next segment, what we're gonna do, it's simply called "Would You Rather." Okay. You know how it works. Okay. There's two situations, and you have to pick one, and then kind of just explain why that would be your choice. All right.
Oh yeah. I'm down.
All right, can you see?
Would you rather? Yes, I can. Yep.
Yeah, this is the book that we're going to be using here, and just for a reference, because of course we can make up our own in time, and I have before, but I figured this will be pretty interesting for us. So let's see.
Yeah. I'm down.
Okay, I'm going to hit you with a couple of them because I think the answers are going to be kind of fast. So, would you rather drink orange flavored blood or blood flavored juice?
All right. Orange flavored blood or blood flavored juice?
It seems like it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, that's a wash, basically. How would you know?
Especially if
I
you're
guess orange flavored. Maybe. I don't know. Am I a vampire? Is there an asterisk or something? Am I me or am I a vampire?
It just says also you're a vampire. So yeah.
Nice.
Definitely
blood. Orange flavored blood. Sounds like $1 million idea for the vampires.
Yeah, and the flavor of blood is really the ultimate deterring factor here. So obviously, blood is so thick too. So drinking it and it tastes like orange juice, that can't be that bad. But then, or having
Like you can live off of it. It can sustain you if just drinking blood.
right.
But like in survival situations, I wouldn't.
So to just drink the blood flavored juice, you'd have to have like a.
Yeah,
No.
what fruit is this juice made out of? I mean, I'm kind of a juice snob. Is it apple, carrot juice?
It's prune. No, I'm just kidding. What I would say though, the biggest issue here, the thing that doesn't really add up is I'm thinking it's based on thickness. So if it's blood flavored juice or orange flavored blood, it's really just about the consistency. Would you rather drink something as thick as blood but tastes like orange, or drink something as thin as juice that tastes like blood or orange? You get it. So really it's just about your thickness. Like what would you rather drink? I think the thickness is fine.
What's the next one?
All right, we got it. Good job. All right,
Pass. Pass.
that's what I thought. That was the first one I read. I pick them randomly, so I was like, "What the fuck? This sounds okay." All right, so would
Fuck
you?
it, we got time. We got 2 hours.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so would you rather drool when you're hold on? Would you rather drool when you're asleep? That's weird. It doesn't even say when you're asleep. It just says, would you rather drool when you're asleep, or have someone drool on you when they sleep?
That's poor grammar.
Yeah, what
Pass.
the fuck?
No. wait, drool when you sleep, or what's the other one?
Have somebody else drool on you while you sleep, or while they sleep. I guess you could be asleep too.
Ooh, is it a hot chick with some naked, nice titties?
A hot
Does it
chick
say
with
who,
an
or does it say
underbite? Is it a hot chick with an underbite?
A hot chick with no gag reflex and daddy issues. Hey, woo!
But she has horrible breath because she obviously sleeps with her mouth open.
Halitosis, baby.
So what do you think? Would you rather drool or be drooled on? So these are the fun episodes, like I told you guys about. We got to do 2 in a row almost. We did an episode not too long ago, just yesterday, and we talked about a bunch of different things. That episode is dropped Monday, and we're going to be trying to do 2 episodes a week. So you'll get Monday and Thursday or Friday, give or take. So double the shoes. I mean, you can't walk around with only one shoe. That's what we know. To have one shoe is to have weakness in your step. Okay, and we can't have that. We're going to give you 2 shoes, doubling up on the shoes, same ones. It might be 2 right feet. Doesn't matter. You're going to wear them because you got no shoes, so you need it. And you're welcome. We're just happy we're here to help you out. And that's the basis of it, okay? I'm sorry that we did try to put out a video version of this episode. Sometimes it doesn't work out. It's hard to, get good video, a good video when Andrew is driving. It's dark. It's dark out. Late night type of shit, guys. Okay? Yeah.
I'm alive! Let's see, what does mine say? 30 minutes is what mine
Oh,
says.
that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already I put out a clip from yesterday's episode of it's 2 minutes to be exactly.
Oh, did I even? Yeah. So did I tell you how I got? Like I locked my keys in the car, and then that was an adventure right there.
Hell yeah, dude! I can't even imagine. I've done it before when I first started driving, and it was one of those things. I think I was at work or something. I was somewhere where I had no choice but to try to get the keys out myself. And somebody that was there happened to get them out, thankfully. Oh, no, I was at summer school. It was fucking that long ago when I first started driving. I'm at summer school. I fucking lock my keys in the car, and then I have to go to class, and I'm sitting in there the whole time just panicking. Like, dude, my mom's going to kick my ass as soon as I have to call her. Like, I was so desperate to avoid her being upset at the fact I locked the keys in her car.
All right, going to Detroit, right? Yeah.
This is a growing
Sorry, go ahead.
This is we're growing as a host and co-host situation, as a podcast, as friends, all of these things, as even just our audience is growing to be very interested because, like I said, I put out a clip yesterday, or I put out a clip today for Monday's episode because the plan is, the goal is, we're going to be trying to do a new episode for Mondays and Fridays.
Do some more.
All right. Would you rather have your tongue pulled out or have one eye plucked out? Did you hear what would you rather?
No, go ahead, say it again.
All right. Would you rather have your tongue pulled out or have one eye plucked out?
Oh. Do you get anesthesia for any of them?
Say what?
Is there anesthesia provided?
Oh, I have no idea. I would imagine.
I'm gonna go with eye, just right off the cuff, because my eyes suck anyway.
Right.
So it's no great loss. One or two eyes that barely work, one eye that barely works, same shit.
And the technology that exists today to fill that spot, phenomenal.
Plus, you can't eat pussy if they rip your tongue out.
Yeah, you can't talk. You can't. I'd imagine eating is difficult. There's a lot of, many people have one eye, and they're fine. I think that's an obvious one. I think we're gonna keep the tongue, right? Fucking A. All right, so last one. This is a good one. Very difficult choice. Would you rather eat spaghetti made of worms or spaghetti made of hair?
Spaghetti made of what?
Would you rather eat spaghetti made of hair or spaghetti made of worms?
Worms would have more protein and probably not kill you. Can I add hot sauce to it? That's my request.
I think you have an option for all condiments, whatever you need. God, fucking headphones, man. So you're going worms?
Oh, man. What's that?
So you're going with worms?
Worms, yeah. Final answer, Joe Rogan. Something you don't know about me, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks.
Oh, dude, I want somebody to do that so badly. So fucking badly.
I miss Chappelle's show, man.
Dude, if anybody came on there with that, it would go viral so fast. Because how his show starts, he's just like, and we're live. What's going on? Whatever, be like, what's going on, Andrew?
What's that?
That's how Joe starts the show. It's so lethargic. And you're just like, wow.
I don't know. Ice cream truck. It's playing the music too. It's that one dude with the cookies.
And then it's just a fucking.
Sit down. We got some cookies.
Yeah, it's just a goblin
Tell me about
driving.
those batteries and duct tape you have. Yeah.
Dude, I've seen some really scary shit just looking at other people while I'm driving. Like, I've seen people look insanely angry. It's the scariest thing. You're like, what is that guy going to do? Especially when I used to work drive-thru. I used to see a lot of women come through the drive-thru just crying, dude. Just sad. And they're ordering Arby's. Like, this isn't the answer. This isn't the answer to your sadness, woman. Roast beef will not cure those tears. They will not sop up those tears in the Arby's sauce, okay? Stupid.
Szechuan sauce. Hey, I found some Szechuan sauce in my storage unit from 1998.
Well, that's probably the last time they made that sauce. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Ulan. Oh, from Rick and Morty? It's amazing.
Dude, everybody tells me about this fucking cartoon, and I should watch it, especially since, I dabble in the marijuana-nomics. It's a great show for that, but also hard to watch cartoons for me. And that's a sad truth, but it's an accurate truth. Feels like everybody that I know or enjoy likes cartoons, but I like real TV shows, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Workaholics, Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Friends.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is fucking amazing.
I just started watching it again because I ran out of stuff to watch, or at least enjoy while I was watching. Larry David's a fucking god, man. He really is.
Dirty fucking dingles, man.
Spaghetti with hair, spaghetti with worms, And then I said,
Ferngully. I don't.
you say Fern Gully?
Ferngully.
That's a
Ferngully. There's
that's
furry
a
people living in
phenomenal
the
film.
trees, man.
Dude, I wish it was real. I want to be one of those. If it's possible to shrink down, I would do it immediately.
It's like Avatar. It was free Avatar.
Yeah, that's basically what they did when you think about it. Avatar stole from fucking Fern Gully. What are they thinking? Who are you? Right?
Yeah, they're trying to save some trees. You know, I ain't mad at them.
Dude, the blue people are fucking weird. I hate Avatar. I'm not gonna watch the second one. I'm glad that they spent all that money. Keep spending the money on ridiculous, pointless shit. I'll never watch it. It was so dumb, dude. And Sam Worthington had like 4 fucking movies come out simultaneously. And it seemed like every movie that he was in, there was something wrong with them. Like they made him I don't know, he was in fucking Clash of the Titans and he played the main guy. And then he was in Avatar, and then he was also in something else, and I don't care enough to talk about it. But he was in Terminator. He played the guy that looked human, but he was a cyborg or whatever on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what?
The Arnold's replacement, right?
Yeah, but every time Sam Worthington was in a film, simultaneously, all those films, it was like he was playing not a human. Like, oh, I'm a god. I'm also a cyborg, and I'm also whatever we were just talking about, and I already forgot.
Is it the shoe?
I feel. Yeah, that's one of my. It's one of my prouder moments in podcast music making. I was very happy with it. And then I found that the reason that I put that Deb part in there, where it just like the beat shuts off, and then you hear the guy go, Deb, we're recording. Every fucking thing you're saying is going down on the microphone right now. And then she says, oh, like you guys give a shit about those things anyways. And then our beat comes back in, because what I want the music to tell the audience is this is called Is It the Shoes, because it could be anything. But also when that beat drops off and it says that, Steve Zahn says that, it makes you think, okay, well, these guys don't even really give a shit. I don't want you to come in here and think that we're putting thousands of dollars into this podcast. I don't want you to think that it's something where we have a producer.
Yeah, we don't have $1,000. If
Exactly.
you want to give us $1,000, but do whatever you want with the money. So I love spending money.
Yes. And we will continue to just split it between each other. We're not going to bring any new people on to help us. Fuck that. We'll still struggle from where we are. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about when it came to your adventures, but I can't remember. I was thinking about it when I was out in the kitchen. Now it's gone. Fun.
Aw,
Damn it.
it's gone away.
All right. So
It'll be back though. I forget shit all the time, and if it's important, it always comes back.
yes.
Or it doesn't. I forget. So like, move on, right? You know,
Exactly. And the audience should take our lack of, I don't know, consistency as charm.
structure.
We're charming. We're real people. This is authenticity,
Yes.
baby.
It's genuine.
Yes, exactly. It's so good you can touch it. What? All right, so let me read you a joke here and just see how you feel about it. This is straight from a joke book. It's cheesy jokes, and I want you to react as if it's a natural, because I have a specific cadence when I read jokes or tell jokes. So hopefully it comes through in this this joke here. All right, let's see. That's fucking dumb. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
See what now?
I said, how many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? Such as myself.
I don't know.
None. Because we love potatoes, man. Okay, that's the joke. It's dumb. It's cheesy as fuck.
Hey, what's a traditional Irish 7-course meal? A potato and a 6-pack. Hey-o.
Hey, look at us go. We're on fire. Feeling like we're on the Joe
You're
Rogan
welcome.
podcast. All right, so let me hit you with another joke here. Ready?
All right, yeah. What you got?
All right. There was a blind man walking down the street with a stick. He walked past this fish market, stopped, took a deep breath, and said, "Woo! Good morning, ladies." It's so cheesy, dude.
That was one of the ones I did when you were walking away. Yeah.
Hello, ladies.
I just did that joke when he was, like, did you see it when he was editing? What else do
Oh, I don't know. Usually when I see that, I mean, I when I edit, if it's a lot of black, because I know you shut the light
You
off,
get up, you're just like,
yeah, I just chop it out. I don't even listen, man. But sometimes you're not
oh,
the
I've been
first.
giving you some gold, little I'll do like little monologues.
Well, that's why I posted this video. I posted the video of one of the things that you were doing. It was right before I came back. You were showing your arm and shit, and I ended up using that. I posted it. That's what I wanted to talk about. It did come back. You knew it. You're a guru.
Oh, dude, I should have fucking filmed it when he was squeezing the fuck out of it. I couldn't even look at it.
I'm telling
They had
you.
the light okayed it and it cut out. Oh, man, it was, I get queasy just thinking about all the shit that come out of my arm.
Yeah.
Product flesh.
At least it wasn't spider babies.
I thought Spider-Man was supposed to make me like powerful, not kill me.
Right.
Bullshit.
What was
Spider-Man lied to me, man. I purposely got bit by all those spiders just to get superpowers, and now I'm gonna die. Bullshit.
the sad thing is you're not the first one to try to just get bit by a spider for superpowers.
Damn you, Stan Lee, you fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, the radioactive part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kept
You
getting
went to the-
bit by Black Widows, and it just didn't pan out. One of my favorite things you said yesterday was when they were getting the pus out of your arm, you said the nurse was like, they ain't never seen no one not scream before. You said it really weird. The way that you said it, though, or not scream, but I don't know. It was something about the pain. Like you just had them squeeze the shit out of your arm, and you just sat there, and the nurse said something to you, and she was like, "What did she say again?"
Well, I didn't want to be a bitch about it.
No, of course not. You got venom coursing through your veins, dude.
Yeah, start biting them. Ah! My spider venom. Don't push it out. They might name a disease after me, they said. Yeah. If I survive, if I die, I need to die.
Well, no, I think
I make it. I'm in the books.
you would have to die for them to name it after you. I think.
What's that?
I think you'd have to die for them to name it after you. If you survive, then you're just a guy who had something. Or is it going to be like?
Immortal, you must die. That's bullshit. I want to live forever.
That's why I told you to see The Wizard, and you chose to go to a doctor.
The wizard. Yeah, he's definitely got some wizardry going on.
Yeah, fucking
So I'm
doctors.
looking for 69, Interstate 69, right on time. Okay.
Okay, so let's recap the listeners real fast. This episode, we're actually live with Andrew as he is traveling to Flint, Michigan from Florida. So this is no, it's not that far. He is traveling though, and this is why there's not a proper video version. But nonetheless, great content, having a great conversation, loving it. The positive is he certainly has not. I mean, both of his arms are working. He's able to drive, so that's good news, guys, because his arm is still attached. That in itself is great. Let's just hope that
Yeah, they packed it full of gauze and stuff.
Yep,
They had to pack it. This is such a cavernous wound. They had to pack it full of shit. It's gonna be fun when they pull it out. I can already feel it.
Yeah.
Not sarcasm, but
No, for sure. Now that's why you're up for the award of Wound of the Month. I think that should be. If you're into it, we can actually make that a segment of our own, where we just find a wound to show
I know
each
I'm planning
other.
to walk in for like 3 days in a row. Boom, boom, boom. I don't even gotta sign in or nothing. I just go there and say, "Here's for Wendy." Frequent flyer, Miles.
They're like, we still have your room if you want to just go in there.
Like he's still alive. He came back.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I can't imagine for somebody that was actually like, being somebody that works in a hospital like that, you have to see the same patients kind of over time. But imagine seeing them and things.
This guy's accident prone, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, for instance, if the diseases or whatever's happening to them is actually destroying them, you're just gonna watch. They're gonna look different every time they come in. Like the first time they're walking in, they look all healthy. Second time they're being, they're leaning on things. They look a little skinnier. Third time they come in a wheelchair.
Right.
Like, oh, this isn't
Short
working.
of breath and everything. start talking about their own mortality a lot more. You know?
Yep.
Last
So
wishes and stuff.
yeah, start signing.
I want to be buried upside down so everybody can kiss my ass.
Perfect.
Fuck 'em. Good times. A lot of traffic out tonight.
Yeah, what is it? Friday?
Ah, that's why. Friday night, going to Flint. Hopefully I don't get shot. That could be like a whole nother adventure.
Yeah, dude,
Went
I
to
was thinking the
Flint,
same thing.
Flint water, get shot.
That's what you get shot with. They're not even using real guns. They're using squirt guns.
Yeah, they just shoot you with Flint water and it burns. Ah! It's like the dude from when they opened up the Ark of the Covenant on Indiana Jones and his face melts off. That'll be me.
Talking, this is,
Hopefully not.
yeah,
I-69, 15 minutes. All right. And then I got like an hour on that thing.
wait,
We're gonna
that's what
get
I was going to
there.
recap. How much time do you have? How long till you get there?
Oh, I got time.
Well, I mean, what does your GPS say, like, as far as distance? How close
Oh,
are
yeah,
you?
the GPS? Yeah, what did it say for time? 12:02, I'll get there.
Interesting. So it's 10 out there already? I think.
I think that's what it says. I don't know. I'm trying to. It's on like the little screen, you know.
Right.
Got quite a bit of traffic. There's bright lights. That's never good on the highway. Oh, there's a truck broke down.
Have you seen anybody pulled over in the journey so far?
Not yet. Nope.
Yeah. Nighttime's not too bad, I don't
Hopefully
think.
not at all.
I hate driving
Pretty
on the highway.
foggy as fuck though too.
Yeah, and the
From that
rain.
weather, so I imagine. Yeah. Ooh. Got a rumble in my belly. Oh, I wonder maybe we should get something to eat while restaurants are still open. A little fast food. I
Yeah,
guess
there you
should
go.
I save room for pussy? Belly full of Flint water and pussy.
Yeah, there you go. Oh God.
Might give me a bellyache though. Might get sick.
Yeah, you might want to avoid washing your hands.
You got Flint syndrome. It's like chlamydia and typhus or something put together. It's got its own little like nickname. Dysentery.
So you've heard about Death Row Records before, right?
Doing what now?
You've heard of Death Row Records?
Oh yeah. That's
Well,
night, right?
Yeah. I heard recently that apparently the toy company Hasbro now owns them. So
What now?
yeah, I guess the toy company Hasbro owns Death Row Records.
It's murder.
That's
But
crazy.
it's like G.I.
dude.
Joe murder, no?
Yeah, right. Like back to the squirt guns, just not real threats per se.
G.I. Joe, the more you know. Fuck the police.
I love it. So, as we said to the listeners, we're constantly adding things. But what I was going to mention to you is, because of this wound of the month idea, we could do that for one episode out of the month, where we actually, like, I find a crazy recent wound online, and you do too, and we'll show each other and be like, whose is worse? That's if you're into some gruesome shit.
Wait, we find what now?
We just find like a severe wound online, and we show each other what we find, and then just kind of discuss whose is worse, or discussed.
Huh. Okay. I'm down. Midget porn too. We watch some midget porn.
Because of you, we've actually grown because of you.
Sponsor midget for 59 cents a day, or wait, half of what it normally is, probably, because they eat less. I don't know. Is that how it works with little people?
Half off.
Denny cans is half price.
Do you remember our first phone conversation before we started podcasting? We talked about the little people quite a bit. It circled back to pedophiles, where we were like, Why aren't
Oh yeah.
why aren't little people posing as children
Island.
to catch pedophiles? That's a great job.
Like a
That's a
James
good
Bond
gig.
little person. Looks
Yep.
like a child, but he goes in and he kills all the pedophiles.
Yeah. I mean, they're really not using the resources properly.
Damn it, we got another one. It's like Protocol Z or something. There's another rogue little person killing the pedophiles. God damn it.
Oh no. What do we do? Look, I'll tell you this much.
Sorry, it's like, what? I must be going through KZoo or something. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Battle Creek, maybe. A lot of cars. Trying to plan. Yeah, it's Friday night, I guess. Yeah.
When you were a kid, and you hung out with your friends or went driving with friends, did you have a friend that knew what every car was? He's like, oh, that's a Ford Escape. Oh, that's an Escalade. Oh, that's a Chevy, Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
Or were you that guy?
That was me.
I was going to say.
That guy.
Everybody has one. You're either that guy or you have a guy.
Right. Definitely need somebody to be like, are those headlights in the pattern of a Crown Vic or a Caprice?
Dude, every time you were driving with your friends after partying all night, tell me every car behind you didn't look like a cop car.
Right? And then don't look. Everybody looks.
Sit still. I was so cautious that I wouldn't say anything. I would just know it's them because I was usually driving. I'm like, I'm going to get the worst of this if we get pulled over. So, hey, man, stop repeating yourself. I had this one friend that whenever he would get fucked up, dude, he would go, shit, 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 shit. And he ran. He had this really fucking weird run, like the weirdest run I've ever seen ever. It's like he didn't know how his body worked, but he was on the wrestling team. You know what he looked like?
Stairs are better fun for him.
Yeah. If you have you ever seen a marionette doll?
Yeah.
He ran like you would make that thing run. Like his fucking arms don't go where, you know what I mean? It was so bizarre, but it was our favorite thing. Like, hey, Ryan, go get that. Run, dude. And just or chase him, make him run. It was the fucking goofiest thing ever. But, yeah, tell me the main vehicle when you were growing up that resembled a police car when you were under the influence of anything, driving with your friends, it was a fucking van. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It was just that fucking, a minivan, and it has like the same type of fucking front part of a Crown Vic or a police car, whatever it is today. And then they have the fucking rack on top of the van, which resembles like lights. So you just see the silhouette and those fucking lights. Yeah, dude. So check this out. I'm going to tell you this story if you can hear me as well as you can.
Yeah.
When we were kids, dude, we went to this party in this rich neighborhood, and this is after we had already been in trouble with both, like all of our sets of parents. Everybody was pissed at us, so they wouldn't let us stay the night at each other's houses. So coming up with a plan to go party was very difficult. And one of these nights, specifically where we didn't have anywhere to stay, we end up leaving this party, dude, and I think I was just super high because I don't remember drinking anything because I get weird when I drink. Like I try to be the center of attention. So I didn't want to do that. It was like the popular kid. And we were kind of just like fucking, like nobody knew that I smoked weed. So it was like, I don't know. I was just a fucking random dude who was random in school. And I ended up going there and hanging out with them. And everybody else is drinking, acting weird. But when we leave, we end up just sleeping in the farthest part of the parking lot of this school that was in our neighborhood, near our neighborhood, I should say. And it's not near the school building. We were off way too far away from the school, right? And we fall asleep for maybe an hour. And my buddy in the back wakes us up throwing up. He threw up in my fucking door handle. Like he threw up that much, dude, that I just got out of my car. I grabbed him a towel and was like, clean yourself up. And then I went back to sleep. And I wake up an hour later to him yelling again. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like, it's a cop. It's a cop. It's a cop. I'm like, what? And I look behind us and I see lights, headlights, but it didn't look like a cop. There was no cherries and berries. So I'm like, no, it's not, dude. Go back to sleep. Like the dude's just gonna leave. It could have just been a murderer, right? So he's still saying it's a cop, it's a cop. And And then I fucking look out the window and there's a flashlight shining right in my face. And he goes,
Damn.
he goes, open the door. I think I go to start the car or some shit. And he goes, open the door or I'm going to break the window. He tells me he's going to break the window. And the next thing I hear is him smashing my fucking window. He hits the window as hard as he can, bro. And it doesn't break at all. Nothing. So I just open the door. I just throw the door open. I grab my cell phone and I jump out of the car. You know, anybody else probably would have been shot, especially today. Jumping out the way I did, like I was like, who the fuck is trying to break my window type shit. So I jump out of the car and it's a cop. And he's like, put the cell phone back. And he told me to sit back in the car and he wanted my driver's license and registration, right? And what I remembered was there was like a quarter bag of weed in my glove compartment, okay? And we're teenagers. And it was my buddy's bag of weed who's still asleep next to us. Like he slept through the whole banging on the window and everything, right? So I'm sitting back in the car. I'm like, I gotta get this fucking registration out because I have all the legal documents for driving and this car. But how am I gonna get that fucking documentation out with this dude standing right there, right? Without him seeing this bag of weed. So, no bullshit, dude. This is 100% fact. After I gave him my license, I went to get this registration. And as I did, my buddy John, he's sitting next to me. He wakes up, bro. He's got his arms like in his hoodie. And he wakes up and he knows I'm getting in there and he fucking somehow realized there was a cop because he posts his knee up. He just like lifts his knee just enough so that way I could open it and it wouldn't pop all the way open and I could get in there and pull the fucking, because that's pretty much that was all that was in the glove compartment was the registration and that bag of weed. So all I had to do was get in there, right? As quick as I could. And if it wasn't for John, dude, we wouldn't have came home because he basically just told us to leave. He was like, just get out of here. All right. So we went and parked in his lawn and just went back to sleep.
A good friend. Presence of mind.
The thing is, I don't know if even my parents know this. I'm pretty sure I've never told anybody that story because I was a kid at that point, and if I told my mom, she's gonna be fucking furious. But also, she could only be mad at herself.
Thanksgiving or Christmas story.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that when I was, I don't know, 17? But it was weird, dude. Super weird because Ryan always had to go to church the fucking next day. So we would party hard and fucking have to wake up early to take his ass over there. It was so ridiculous. Oh, you just a whole night of what is considered sin, and now you're gonna go wash off. All right, weird. That's probably why you run so fucking weird.
Good times.
Yeah, fucking crazy, man. Like I was saying, I've had many people fall asleep in my car because I was the kid with my friends that I was the only one that had a driver's license or a vehicle for the longest time, and that's the worst job. I mean, I had no problem driving. That wasn't the issue. It was like, hey, man, I'd like to just ride and stop sleeping in my fucking car.
Right?
I had so many people just pass out in my fucking back seat up against. Dude, I rolled my friend's hair up in a window one time because he was sleeping on the window. I did on accident because I didn't know what was up. Sure enough. But very entertaining stuff in the sense of like, we're talking about being in a car. You're in a car. I don't know how many people do this. It's almost like I'm right there with you. We are. The audience as well. Hey, so since we are in a car, let's talk a little bit more about that.
69 North, keep right at the fork. Son of a bitch. This is right. All right, I see what's going on here, Mr. Penguin. Somebody hit a sign there. It's quite a sharp little wicked googly. Oh, little slick. Little slipperies. Tires don't fit them now. Jesus, take the wheel. God damn it. How many times? Is this like a clover? Where am I? Roundabout.
Oh, no.
What? They're not supposed to be roundabouts on the highway.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm doing something. Left at the fork. You got it. How the work's going on here. Okay. And we're in it. Balls deep, ladies and gentlemen. Balls deep. All right. That's a little dicey there for a minute. Why doesn't anyone say dicey anymore? Is that like a Hardy's Boy thing or something?
Yeah, that is a weird saying. Is it because it's like chances, many chances being dicey? I wonder.
So many-
Joe Rogan, there's one thing that you got to know about me. I smoke rocks. Okay, so let's just do it let's just act right now. And
this might surprise you, Joe Rogan, but this is not the first time I've tasted penis.
there you go. Okay, so save them, use both of them, and I'm gonna just do the intro and action. And we're live. Andrew, how's it going, buddy?
Something you don't know about me, Patrick.
Dude, you cut out right there. It cut you out.
Ah.
Just re-say the line.
Load out my fucking video call.
Something might surprise you.
Am I back? Am I there?
Yeah, go ahead. Just do your part.
What?
Just say the.
Something you don't know about me, Patrick. I smoke rocks. Patrick.
Say the.
Patrick.
Say it with
Brother's
the.
name, though. That's a good one. Like,
I hate it. Something that might surprise you about me. I smoke rocks.
this might surprise you, Patrick. This is not the first time that I've tasted penis.
I like it.